The Giannutri island has had its golden age with the ancient Romans, when the banker family Domizi built a splendid villa on the island. Nero Domizio began the construction, and his son, the future emperor Nero, often retired to this villa. After his fall, the villa was donated to Vibia Matidia, niece of Emperor Trajan. As an unmarried woman of extraordinary beauty and intelligence, she fell in love with the island and did numerous embellishments on the villa. The villa is a so-called villa of atrium, idleness in English, in contrast to the rural villas dedicated to agricultural production. Nothing was produced in this villa, but the so-called idleness was applied. That means here the inhabitants studied fine arts, music and rhetoric. The villa of Giannutri had also the purpose to maintain the emperor's image of power and abundance. Consider the enormous size of 5 hectares of land, the terraces down to the sea, and the valuable interior decoration. Unfortunately, not much has been preserved from this lavish villa. The excavations so far have brought to light only a few remnants of the former glory. Near the bay Cala Maestra there was the entrance to the villa. Here was found a valuable mosaic, which will be exhibited in a new museum on the island in the foreseeable future. This mosaic depicts the killing of the Minotaur by Theseus in the maze. Ariadne, with a thread in her hand, was depicted at the entrance to this labyrinth. From the entrance of the villa, adorned by the mosaic, one came to a long corridor laid out on the floor with white marble and lined by columns. On the side there were various rooms, the function of which is unknown. This corridor leads to the large staircase, which was originally covered with marble. Climbing up the stairs, one reaches to the atrium, in the middle of which is an impluvium. This impluvium is surrounded by 6 columns, erected by the amateur archeologist Bice Vaccarano, who carried out extensive excavations on the island from 1929. Behind the atrium is a latrine and other utility rooms. On the side there is another staircase that leads to the highest level of the villa. Here on the top it is very interesting to see the rooms with underfloor heating. The villa was connected to the harbor in the nearby bay of Cala Maestra. Anyone approaches the bay by boat from the sea will notice a strange structure with the shape of a pyramidal trunk. There are many hypotheses about the function of this structure. The most likely is that on this basis a wooden plant was built to unload the ships. In order to transform the natural bay of Cala Maestra into a harbor, the ancient Romans sanded down the rock face and partially reinforced it with thick masonry. So the Romans created a dry dock for boats, which is used up to this day. To get from the harbor to the villa, the Romans built a staircase exactly where the modern staircase is today. At the foot of the staircase, a column with a marble capital was placed. With the end of antiquity, the island remained uninhabited for centuries and occasionally served as a temporary shelter for pirates and Saracens. In 1860, a lighthouse was built on Giannutri, and since then the lighthouse keeper's family has lived on the island. In 1882, the island was leased by Count Gualtieri Adami, follower of Garibaldi and campaigner at the Spedizione dei Mille. Initially, he had the intention to operate mining on Giannutri. Lack of groundwater made the project unsuccessful. However, he remained on the island for another 40 years and inhabited a cistern of the dilapidated Roman villa. His companion was Marietta Moreschini, who was 28 years younger than him and who remained alone on the island after his death. It is said that she became mad and dressed in rags and hid in the bushes when boats arrived. In the 1960s and 1970s of the last century began the construction of several holiday houses, and the bathing tourism became popular. Since 1996, Giannutri belongs to the National Park Arcipelago Toscano, and the island has been declared a nature reserve. In addition to this video, we recommend Alzavola's video Giannutri Practical Hints. Here you can get general advices about the admission of tourists on the island, about the ferries, and about guided tours. The video Giannutri Nature Guide explains the flora and fauna on the island.